What's up, everyone? It is Jason, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about your rates and when is it the right time to raise your rates. So if you're a DJ watching this and you're still charging what you did in 2019, guess what? It's time for you to step up and change your rates. In our world as DJs, it shouldn't be like you get what you deserve. It should be like you get what you charge for, if that makes sense to you. And if it does, I've got more of these kind of like thoughts around pricing because I feel like this is a topic that can be somewhat controversial for some, but it's an issue that a lot of DJs struggle with. I think the overall thought process on this is times are changing. Things cost more money. The cost of doing business is higher. So if you're a DJ that's not rising with the tide, you're selling yourself, you're selling your business, and you're selling your potential short, really. It's so important that you take care of the business of your DJ business in order to thrive, in order to set yourself up for success. And the longer you don't do that, the harder it's going to be for you for the future. So we've all run through these situations, these scenarios, these points in time where it's like, hey, am I not making enough money? Am I selling myself short? Am I charging enough? Or you might hear someone in your local area that's pushing the boundaries and maybe charging a lot more than some of the others. Or maybe you're on the other side of this equation. Maybe you want to be the least expensive person in your area and you're trying to flood your calendar. Well, regardless of the scenario, I feel like knowing when and knowing how to raise your rates is a big deal. I think really it's more about when. How to do it is a different conversation in and of itself. So when should an event professional raise their rates? Number one, you're filling your calendar without effort, and your calendar's filling months, if not years in advance, with zero pushback, closing most, if not all of the opportunities that are crossing your path. It's because you're priced too affordably. And that could be a good thing in certain situations, but it also could be selling yourself short in others. The thought is you might be overdue for a price increase to help make your world a better place to live in. Number two, you're getting zero pushback on your pricing. So you're closing all the opportunities. And when people are reviewing the pricing information, they're not giving you any feedback. I think feedback from people that are considering using you, that want to work with you, is so critically important. And I feel that if you're not getting any pushback, any feedback that's almost like negative, or, hey, this is beyond what we thought we were going to spend, or whatever, that's a telltale sign that you might be underpriced for the services that you're bringing to the table, for the value that you're bringing to the table. One story real quick that I went through personally is I gave someone a proposal and their feedback was, wow, I thought this was going to be a lot more than what it is. That's it. Those are two real quotes that came back to me when I personally gave someone a proposal. And this is years ago. And that was a telltale sign that my pricing was out of line. What did I do? I made some adjustments. I made it worth my time to work. And that's like the idea of this whole kind of like, when do you raise your rates? You raise your rates when you need to. And these are two very clear indicators that you are underpriced in your market. Number three is your value has overgrown your pricing, your price point, your local area. You might be able to do more in terms of production. Maybe you've added services to your portfolio that are fresh, they're new in your area. Maybe there's opportunities not just for what you're doing, but some of the enhancement services that you're able to bring to the table that can help boost up your services. If you find that it's been a couple of years and the cost of doing something has gone up and you haven't adjusted with the times, chances are you're underpriced and there's an opportunity for you to level up and boost up your DJ rates. Next up, this is a big one for me. If you find that you're loading up your calendar way in advance and you're losing out on opportunities that could be the most perfect fit for you, your ideal couple, your ideal location, maybe the ideal event, maybe that's the telltale sign for you. If you find that you are pushing away more opportunity than you are generating and able to do, then that's a telltale sign for you that maybe you're priced too low. If you find that you're pushing away perfect events, perfect couples, the most ideal situation for the type of world that you want to live in with your entertainment company all of the time, chances are you're underpriced and it's time to level up your pricing, boost your rates, and set into the next, I guess, phase of your journey in the DJ world. As an extension of that, my last thing that comes to mind is maybe you're attracting more of the wrong clients than the right clients. Maybe you're working at venues that don't fit the vibe, the aesthetics, and the level of services, production, or the type of events that you want to be part of. As an example, like a local catering hall or a local event space that's not typically known for weddings might be a cool vibe for a birthday party or whatever. But if you find yourself doing a wedding in some of these lower, I'd say, tier spaces, and your goal is to get to the upper tier, to do the luxury market, to do the big events, to do big production, those locations are not going to allow you that opportunity. And listen, we all start somewhere. We all have to get off the ground. We all need experience. We all need to work. I understand that. But if your goals are to get to like here and you find yourself constantly working here, maybe it's because your pricing is not in line with the people that are booking their events here. So the idea is like, sometimes your pricing can define who is coming to your portfolio, who is coming to you as an opportunity, who is even considering you for their services. If you're priced too low, you might be selling yourself, selling your business, and selling your future short of getting closer to your goal, if that's your goal. Now, being in that space is not a bad vibe. I'm not throwing shade at anyone or anything like that. But the idea here is your pricing is going to dictate who comes to the table and who hires you, who is interested in you, because that's one of the most common questions that people ask right up front. And it's why we at SE put it on our website and we provide it in every email leading up to a meeting. So we want people to be informed that in order to work with us, it starts here, it could go over here, but I want them to understand that before we invest our time, our energy, and our conversation with them. The point being, if you're at a space where there's opportunity, the goal here in business is to grow, right? And I feel like the thing that I'm trying to share with you is if you're struggling with any of these things, it might be time to raise your rates. You can't raise your rates if you don't have a plan. You can't raise your rates and be successful if you don't have the demand. You can't raise your rates and expect it to just work out if you're not going to level up your production, your performances, or the things that you do from a client care perspective. And that's part of all of this stuff. Maybe you're doing too much for the people that are hiring you and you deserve it. Your team deserves it. Your company deserves it. Maybe that's the case, or maybe not. If you're a DJ that's struggling with the rate conversation, I'd love to hear from you. When do you think you should raise your rates? When have you raised your rates in the past? I can tell you, for me, I've only raised my rates when I found that I've turned away more people than I can actually do consistently for an extended period of time. I've only raised my rates when I've added to my portfolio, when I've leveled up my gear, when I've lost out on opportunities that I wish I was able to do. Those are the times that I've raised my rates, and I hope that connects to you. So I want to hear from you. When do you think you should raise your rates? When have you raised your rates? Has it worked? Has it not? Throw it in the comments down below. Let's continue the conversation with this YouTube community, and I am grateful that you are here to the very end. If you're new to the channel, please support me and this channel with some sub love down below, and be on the lookout for more content coming right here to this channel in the days, weeks, and the months ahead. Thank you so much for checking this out.